Let's check in, folks. Get this thing started. This is session number 165, and let's check in with this one. This is a little bit different way for us to do it, but let's do it this way. Let me know, what is your current status? What is your current status? I think there are a lot of different ways we can think about that. It kind of gives you an opportunity to just take an overview of what your experience is like right now, what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you're up to. It can be a very immediate physical thing that you describe, or it can be sort of a general um, emotional feeling that you are experiencing. But let us know, what's your status, whatever that means to you, whatever comes up for you in that context. Let me know. All right. I feel like a few folks might have come in while I was fiddling around. I think there's a couple of anonymous users, so folks are kind of listening in on the low. Welcome in, anonymous users, anonymous listeners. If you are checking us out that way, go ahead and log in and join the conversation. Otherwise, just get back and enjoy it. We're glad to have you either way. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. We on all the places right now. So right now, let us know, what is your status? That is our first prompt of the day. Welcome in, Kaloli. Thank you for joining us. All right. So Noble starts our conversation with, my truest status is legendary. Let me share that again. Let me reshare this so we can see. Oh, I see what it is. You know who's in here anonymous? One of the people in here anonymous is me. Let me I forgot that it doesn't log me in. Hold on a second. Let me log myself in. Let me do this the right way. I'm in here as I'm outside of myself. Ari, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us. We're commenting on our status right now. Let us know what your status is, whatever that happens to mean to you. All right, let's see if we're looking better now. There we go. Here I am. I was wondering. I made Warrior a manager. She's like, I'm not here for that. I put a tie on Warrior. They're like, oh, what am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. Just hold it down. So let's do this again. What is your current status? Noble says, my truest status is legendary. I am in a good mood despite soreness in my left ankle. I am as well as I can be expected. You asked, my friend. That indeed I did. I did ask. I did ask. So I can't fault you for letting me know. You know. All right. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, the move, especially on social media, was to communicate in terms of status updates. That's what they called them. So if you had to tweet a current status, what would it be? And thank you so much for the likes, everyone who's popped in and dropped a like already. Agent Florida number 2, welcome in. It's great to see you. I appreciate your presence here with us this morning. So Beck says, cue up Leonard, cue up Leonard Skinner. My status is free, free as a bird. Okay. It's nice to be free. That's not a bad thing to be. So Warwick says, I'm very, very upset. Work presented a situation in where I had to do what I never wanted to do, and I am saddened by that. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. It's such an unpredictable thing. You never know what's going to happen when you're in a situation like yours. So I'm grateful that you have the fortitude to do what must be done in the situations where it's difficult, that you have the courage to do that. But I know that sometimes, it doesn't come without the emotional consequences and costs. So I appreciate you. I'll let you relax a little bit. I don't need to have you on duty and on duty. It was an accident anyway. I was thinking I was putting the tie on myself. So kick back and relax. Noble says, holds a shimmering gaming card out to himself. I activate the event card, legendary status. If you were watching me right now, you would see that I am currently ingesting a huge glass of Kool-Aid with ice in it. That's the vibe right now. Um, Not necessarily because I wanted a Kool-Aid, but more because I needed a cool beverage. Zaddy Shrek, what's happening? Jamocha, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yeah, let us know what's your status. What's your status right now? I guess if I wanted to, I guess if I wanted to say, um, to put it in the words, I would say something like status, as in, yeah, just kind of a general overview of the quality of your experience in this moment right now. Like, yeah, what's the quality? Talk about the quality of your experience in this moment. How you feeling? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Sometimes your status uh, is just simply a description of what you have going on right now. You know, so whatever that happens to mean to you is just another way of checking in. Status can be a loaded word. All right, we got somebody listening. Let me see. If you're listening in on Twitch, welcome in. If you don't mind, if you are the person listening in on Twitch, talk to me about what the experience is for you right now. I'm in a different place, different setup. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Like, yeah, just holler at me in the chat and let me know what's going on the visual side. Mama Moody is here welcoming all the happy people. Well, wishing everyone a happy Friday. Jamocha, thank you so much for dropping the like. Jamocha's status right now is I'm sober, focusing on myself, making each day best I can. That's a nice space to be in. Yeah, sober, whether we're referring to substances or whether we're referring to a state of mind. Oh, I look tiny on YouTube. Yeah, I'll fix that. Here you go. There you go. I'll add a different setting. But Beck, since you were on YouTube, let me know I know it's not going to sound like it does in here, but is it like, you know, are we okay over there? Like, I don't know. I didn't bring my other mic. I'm using a different mic setup. So yeah, just let me know. I'm curious. I mean, I'll find out at the end, but you say it's okay. It's alright. Okay. It ain't perfect. No, it ain't perfect. I don't think it's ever been perfect, So I guess if I wanted to sum up my status, I made a trip home, and I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful. Like, I came home because, my birthday is this weekend, and I came home. My birthday's Sunday, and I came home and they had the whole surprise birthday thing going on. And I was like, yeah, I guess you would have to make it today for the surprise. Because if you waited, then it wouldn't be a surprise. I'd be here. I'd see everything happening. So they surprised me with a birthday dinner last night, and I ate it all. I ate some of all of it. There's still plenty left. I'm going to be munching on that all weekend long for sure. Berlin is here. What's happening, Berlin? Thanks for joining us. Let us know what's your status. What's your status, fam? How you doing? So I guess I'm in a status of gratitude. I'm pretty well rested. It wasn't bad to Bex says, I know one thing, that's a big glass of Kool-Aid. It is. This is my glass. This is like my glass when I get home. It's pretty substantial. It's not, yeah, it's pretty substantial. It's a lot of ice in it though. It's a lot of ice in it. All right. So we've made it to the end, or close to the end of another week. Big old country glass. You're right. You are absolutely right. It's a big old country glass. I typically don't, Berlin, but sometimes when you go home and you go home, it's different when you come home. There's different stuff going on. There's different foods that you don't normally get. There's different. I don't typically make Kool-Aid. But hey, it's here, so I'm gonna drink it. You did. So let's check in on Mama Moody's status. Mama Moody says that I am happy and enjoying my morning with a cup of coffee and some Maury Povich on YouTube. Oh, you trying to catch somebody out there. Maury. Okay, then you got a couple of errands to run. One of the cool things about Maury Povich, I guess one of the cool things about Maury is that you get to look at somebody else's life and be like, could have been me. Cyber Shots is in the building over on YouTube. Cyber Shots is there. What's up, Cyber Shots? You notice I'm down home today, fam. So I know it might be a little bit of a different vibe for you, but I am grateful that you are stopping through, hanging out with us. Alexis is here. Welcome in, Alexis. Let us know what your current status is. If you were going to write one of them old-fashioned tweets back when Twitter first started, or when you first put it on Facebook, what would you put in there? Just a few characters. Beck says, I love Maury. He's a DC native. I mean, what they got to do with it? We don't want to care where he's from. I mean, I guess it's okay. I guess it's cool that he's from DC. Shadow is here. Welcome in, Shadow. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's see what we got here. I wanted to also, as we get things going, I also wanted to take a look. So I'm glad it's not me that people be going through it. Yeah. Nothing like being able to judgmentally assess another person's experience and feel superior while doing so. That's one of my favorite pastimes as well. So Alexis's current status is overwhelmed, trip coming, and I am woefully unprepared. Woefully unprepared. Oh man. I'm sorry that you're experiencing that overwhelm. I mean, how many days do you still have? How many days do you still have before you embark? All right. So you gotta. Oh, Bex is pointing out that the Southeast is endemic. The ratchetness is endemic to Southeast. I get it. So Alexa's gotta pack suitcases, wash clothes, do some last minute shopping. You got 5 days. 5 days, you can get a lot done in 5 days. I believe in you. I believe in you. A little bit at a time. All right. Are we ready? Let's go to the next prompt if y'all don't mind. I want to do something that kind of places us in this moment. We're talking about our current status, but I guess it might be useful to kind of zoom out a little bit and think about our the cumulative status of our week. And let's look at it from a positive standpoint. So let's go with the best thing that happened to me this week. The best thing that happened to me this week. What would that be? All right, take this breath. While y'all working on that, I'm going to check something out. On the video side, you'll just be seeing the screen. I need to go off camera for a second, and I'll give y'all a second to just contemplate the
All right, here we are. We got some great responses here. We got Jamoka. Jamoka says that broke out of the best of the week is that you broke out of some old coping skills and reached out for help. Broke out of some old coping skills and reached out for help. That's cool. I love that. I love that. So Noble Ancient says, the best of my week's worth of events has to be figuring out that I need to shift focus and begin to knuckle down on my biggest game. LOA. Alright. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to do that because when you have a lot of things going on, it can be very easy to kind of lose. It's very easy to start jumping around and thinking about a bunch of different things, and it can be very hard to, yeah, like you said, buckle down. Knuckle down, buckle down, I don't know what to call it. Because it's this feeling that maybe it feels like you're going to miss out or you're going to lose out on the ideas that you tried if you don't give them your attention. But in reality, the ideas will be there for you. They'll be there for you. All right. Dot is here. Let me take a second. I've been over here fiddling around. I apologize.
All right, it's muffled on YouTube. Why not? Thank you for letting me know. I guess it was muffled because I had it twisted a little bit. If that's a little bit better, let me know if that's a little bit better. So Dot is here. It's great to see you. It's great to have you here. Mama Moody says that me and my son found him a better school for him. He has an interview today, and we already know 100% that he will be transferred to that school within the next week. So I am glad for that. That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. It can be rough sometimes, right? But what matters more? I mean, there's nothing that is more important than, being able to know and see that your child is having a good educational experience. It's hard to overstate how important that is, because if you go to school, if you can develop a distaste for the educational experience in general if you aren't able to get, if you don't have a good location, a good space to be in. So I'm glad that you found that. All right. Okay, I'm back now. I feel like I'm back now. So for Bex, the best thing that happened to me or for me this week was that I got a reading done earlier. Okay. It clarified it clarified things for me. That clarity has made me feel so much lighter. Doesn't clarity do that though? I mean, clarity does that. It gives you, yeah, it gives you the sense that you can breathe. It gives you the feeling that you can breathe. And I think that I'm glad that you brought that up because it is a kind of a topic that we're going to be talking about today in the session. Clarity is something that we come through, that we come back to over and over again because I think it's so important to have to center the need for clarity. Um, so I'm glad that I'm glad that you're feeling good after getting some insights into your current state and situation. I know you said that you were feeling free, so maybe that's got a little bit something to do with it. So Alexis is sharing their best of the week was going to the vet and learning we are doing everything right with Harley Quinn. And she is healthy and fluffy. Sure, it was raining and cold, but knowing the vet gave her 5 out of 5 stars was awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I know that, you mentioned before that there's a lot that goes into caring for Harley, you know, and you were nervous about being able to manage it. So I'm glad that you got a good report. And also it's great that it's really good news that we don't need everything to go right, you know, in order for us to be able to shift our mood and feel a little bit better about our situation. Hello, Garney. Garney Lotto here is here, and thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So um, it's important that that we look back, even in the middle of our struggles. There are always things that we can turn to keep us from falling completely into despair. It's like all is not lost. It's not all bad. Zaya, welcome in. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Spoon. If you have any questions about the app, or let us know. Right now, we are responding to the prompt that you see in the background. What's the best thing that happened to you this week? If you'd like to answer that, you can put your answer in the request box that's over to the right. You just click on a little pencil and write something in. All right, we got another response here. Berlin says, nothing good hasn't really happened this week. Well, here's the thing, Berlin. Just a couple days ago, you were celebrating something that was good. Have you forgotten already about the positive things that were going on for you and the way that you were feeling about your channel and what you were working on? You've already forgotten that? If you're not careful, everything will kind of take on a single shade, a single note. And that's the importance of, it's the importance of taking note. Yeah, you said I don't give myself enough credit. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, I think that's the important thing about just having a moment to celebrate those wins, however large or seemingly insignificant they are. They're all worth noticing and celebrating. Dot says, well, nothing really good happened this week, but I'm ready for the semester to be over next week. So sometimes we might have to calibrate our judgment of what's good, what's the least bad. Whatever the least bad was the best. Sometimes the best things that happen to us are lessons that we learn. And sometimes those lessons come in the form of a struggle. So every little bit of like growth can be the best thing that happened, even though it was painful. Maybe you can already claim the fruits of that struggle right now because you know that it wasn't for nothing. You know that there was a reason for it, a reason behind it. So, yeah. So sometimes, even if it's a challenge, even if it doesn't come to mind immediately, try to think about whatever that best thing might be. And shout out to Harley listening in, feeling proud and healthy. Thanks for listening in, Harley. Noble says the smallest victory might unlock a whole level up somewhere. Absolutely. Sometimes the little things lead to big things, Jamoka says. So yeah, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Dr. Big Daddy, welcome in, Dr. Big Daddy. Thank you for joining us this morning. As I mentioned before, we are going to be kind of thinking about one of the things that Vex brought up, and in a way, I guess it's connected to what Jamoka said as well. The value of kind of growth and clarity and how that shifts your experience. There are a lot of opposites of clarity. You know, confusion could be a potential opposite of clarity. You know, overwhelm is like another approximate opposite of clarity, just like not being sure. I think that one of the another opposite of clarity is vagueness. And I think that sometimes we invite vagueness into our experience because what it implies when you actually say something with your solar plexus, when you say it fully with the full weight of your intention behind it, it hits a little bit differently than when you are a little bit wishy-washy or ambivalent about what it is that you want, what it is that you're trying to create, what it is that you value. Sometimes we use and it is true that you have to be open to whatever happens because there's so many things that are outside of your control that is maybe dangerous to be attached to a specific outcome. So by not laying full claim to the things that we want to create, it gives us a little bit of hiding space for it, but it also creates a situation where we don't know what the next step might be. So there's a balance that you have to strike if you want to, if you have some things that you feel responsible for creating in the world. I mean, if you are of the belief that, you know, your experience here presents an opportunity to contribute something unique to help someone or move someone, if you have some art to share, then that vagueness can be a death knell to your motivation. Because how can you get yourself keyed up and motivated when you don't even know what it is that you're trying to do? So laying claim and speaking clearly and operating in a space of intention is a bold but necessary step in the development of every creative person. And I think that we are all creative people in some way or another. So today's conversation is going to be kind of digging into or examining that idea of the value of clarity and moving past some of the vagueness that we have tolerated, where we are not necessarily being as courageous as we could be in terms of, you know, claiming what we deserve in our experience. So with all that being said, we are ready to go into the next prompt. Go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat and we can move the conversation forward. As a quick reminder, you are tuned into session number 165 of the Morning Journal. We do this every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. We are here down in Eureka, North Carolina, where I grew up. Not the same house, but definitely the same town. Just a walk through the woods away from the house where the house used to stand where I grew up. That house doesn't stand anymore. But, you know, we close to the roots right now. So let's get into the next bit of the conversation. Let me find our prompt. So this question is, who or what are you attracting into your life? And are you feeling it? Jehovah Thickness is here. Hey, Britt, how are you feeling this morning? The question is, who or what are you attracting into your life? And are you feeling it? Are we feeling it? What are we getting? What seems to keep showing up? Who seems to keep showing up in our experience? And how do we feel about that? Are we good with it? Are we okay with it? Let me know. And it is true that it is a matter of sometimes it seems like stuff is just happening. The reality is we are attracting things into our experience through our intention or our inattention. So just take a look at what's around you. What keeps showing up? Who keeps showing up? Is there a type? Is there a type somewhere? It's like, man, I keep running into this guy. Why do I keep running into this guy? Red, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So Berlin says, I think so far I'm attracting good people into my life right now. I don't got a bad feeling in my gut about none of them, Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Sometimes, relationships with people kind of play out over time. So, as soon as you start getting those feelings, sometimes it might be worth taking a close look. I got a track I want to play with that. We just kind of in thinking about this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Just take a close look at the relationships and the partnership or whatever it might be that you are. You got the good people. People come and go, and sometimes it's hard to sort it out. I want to play this song for y'all that are listening on Spoon specifically. I'm not hating on folks who are listening on the other platforms. It's just, they're just different capabilities I have with the sound here. Sorry for giving y'all that long profile shot. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, Bex, this one's for you. No, but I'm glad that you like the background. I mean, you know. All right, here we go. I get the pun there. You got, I guess y'all were wrapping Christmas presents and you were like, Biggie. All right. So Jamoka says that spiritually and others who have or seek more understanding to their actions on themselves or others. And most definitely, it helps me look at my life and actions. It helps me do better. So maybe spirituality is what you are attracting right now, and other seekers. Seekers attract seekers. So the biggest thing is to stay on your journey, stay on your path. I think it can be scary sometimes when you start asking those questions. You can feel pretty isolating because you don't know, am I crazy? Am I the only one that's looking at these things, thinking about these things? But yeah, you're not alone. All right. Someone anonymously shares that I attract people who are always broken. Honestly, I wish somebody would fix me, but that would take a whole surgical team. Wow. You think it'd take a whole team? Well, we're all broken. And I'm, I don't know. You're anonymous, so you don't have to say, but I'm pretty sure that you are not, um, even if you are as broken as you think, you are still super duper worthy. And you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to wait to, feel like you deserve something great for yourself. We're all in a state of brokenness. We all need a little fixing, a little straightening here and there. But a lot of that work is stuff that you have to do on your own. So, and as you get better, I think that you start attracting better. Noble Ancient says that I'm attracting my positive and creative energy into my life. And yes, I am feeling it. I'm conquering at work, and now I am slowly leveling up in Armistice games too. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, Jamoka's in solidarity with Anonymous, as I felt that at times as well. So Alexa says, I've been attracting healing between G streams, therapy, and now the mental health stream. I've become more open about my mental health, and it's allowing me to process through radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. Wow. Yeah. I think that we so often default to beating ourselves up. So it's great that we accept ourselves. We got Aunt Capone listening in, checking us out on YouTube. What's up, Aunt Capone? Good to see you this morning. You see, we sitting at Mama and them house, Aunt. You see, I got this big old glass Kool-Aid. We at Mama and them house, Aunt. My teeth hurting right now. Oh man, a cavity is forming in my grill as we speak. All right. No, but since I got them bars for you, I just choose not to spit them. So someone anonymously shared that I attract people that are on a very low level in their life, and I'm always trying to fix them and make them better. So does that mean I'm on the lower level in life and I need to be fixed? That's a great question. That's a great question, Anonymous. I do think that sometimes we are, um, sometimes we are confused about what we think we deserve. Sometimes we might project the work that we need to do on ourselves on another person. And yeah, that's really deep. I don't know. It could mean a lot of different things. It could be that you are just a compassionate person, and it could be that you haven't had equal partnership. Equal partnership modeled for you in your life. Um, so your model of relationship is one of giving rather than of giving and receiving. There are a lot of reasons why you might be drawn to that. But what happens when they grow is to get the connection is if the connection is through the brokenness, what happens when there's nothing left to fix? How do you stay together? I think the idea of radical acceptance that Alexis talked about is an interesting one to consider in this concept. Because what is it that you're trying to fix? How are they not okay where they are? What is it that you can't accept and allow with them? Mhm. Fixing somebody is usually a fool's errand. I mean, you can support people, but ultimately, people have to be responsible for their own growth. And there's a lot of resentment that can build up when you're trying to pull people across the finish line. Wild Limes has dropped a like. Thank you so much, Wild Limes. Thanks for stopping through and dropping a like. I hope you're enjoying the conversation. We're talking about what we are attracting in our lives right now. And are we feeling it? Are we good with what we're bringing into our experience through our choices, through our energy, through our ways of being? Are we owning what that is? And if we are, do we feel okay with what's going on right now? Let us know. Beck says that I try my best to keep my vibrations high, but I keep running into energy vampires. Energy vampires. Ooh. Ha ha ha. I want to suck your blood. Oh. I am an energy vampire. Come here. I am an energy vampire. I want to suck your blood. Alright. Jamoka says, I sometimes fall into trying to fix others too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that comes from the ways that we've learned to love show up in all kinds of ways. Some are unfortunate. Vampires are real, but they suck energy. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Beck says, not just real, but very, very real. Oh, so real. See what we got here. think we shared all the ones that are in here. If we're ready, we can go to the next. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. We hitting on some stuff, Wild Limes. We are. Mama Moody says that we all do at times try to fix people, but at the same time, they got to fix themselves or they got to want to. Yeah, those are facts. So if we are ready, we can get ready to go to the next prompt. Go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat and we can go ahead and get into that. All right, let's do it. I appreciate everyone's patience as I have been trying to gather my footing here. It'll be smoother and smoother, hopefully, as we go. As a quick reminder, I know that it is Friday, and I know that typically we would be streaming on Friday nights, but as I mentioned last week, I will not be doing evening streams this week. Because I like around here, around Mama and them house, it'd be lit in the afternoon. It'd be games gonna be on the TV, conversations are gonna be had, and I'm trying to be a part of that. So we're only gonna be doing the early morning streams here because, this is cool because everybody's either asleep or gone to work, and we can just do our thing. But please believe, as soon as the stream is over, I'm packing all this stuff up. You dig? Until Monday. Mo is here. Hi, Mo. Welcome in. I'm glad to see you. So this next prompt: what are some intentional ways you can create space for what matters most to you? I think that sometimes we focus on the energetic part of attraction, right? It's like, I need to get my mind right. I need to get my body right. I need to get all of these things in my life together so that I can attract what I want. But you don't make space for it. So all of that high vibration is going to be for naught if, when the things come for you, you have so many other things crowded in the way that there's no space for it. So how can you intentionally create some space for the things that really matter? What can you shift aside? What can you build into your daily experience and your daily practice All right. So as y'all are thinking about that, Al Capone brings up an interesting question. How about them Chiefs? How about them Chiefs? How about them Chiefs? They out here pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Wild Lime says, a classic. What you know about Bad Bad Not Good, Wild Limes? Let me find out. You got a little bit of taste in your situation. Noble is fighting with our washing machine, trying to spin his pants for the workday. I could dig it. So Aunt Capone over on YouTube says, how I keep space, how I create intentional space is I pray every day at 11:11, reset and carry on. That's a great signal to bring you into attention. 11:11 comes around. Aunt Capone says, dear Lord, my Chiefs, my Lakers. Sigma is here. Welcome in, Sigma. Thank you for joining us. How you doing? how's your life treating you right now? Someone says, anonymously shares that I need to go to therapy. Part of me doesn't want to go because that means I have to admit my depression is out of control to someone else. That's a big step. That's a big step. Like, help is one of the hardest things to say. Like, help is hard to ask for. But there's something magical that happens on the other side of that ask. And there's no shame in needing that assistance. So, as you are in here, as you're listening to this, I hope that you still keep that option in your mind, and eventually you'll find a solution or find a way to get the support that you need, however that shows up. So I won't say too much more. I don't want you to have to. You're anonymous, so I don't expect a reply, but just kind of hold that. Wildline says, yeah, you admitted it to us and it's okay. Yeah. Mama Moody says, everyone hates asking for help. And sometimes you just gotta, set aside your pride and not even so much, set aside your pride for sure, but just also understand that you're not alone. I guess the biggest thing is understanding that your experience, your pain is valid, and it is a part of an experience that we can hold. We don't know how you feel. We can't say that we know exactly how you feel, but we know how it is to feel something, and we understand the courage that it takes to take a step to get, move through an emotionally difficult thing. So you don't have to make a decision today. You don't have to make any drastic moves. Just know that you're not alone, and there's no shame. There's no shame in getting that help. Just if you were sick, if your body was sick, you wouldn't feel ashamed to go to a doctor. The same thing with it's the same with your mental health. It's the same thing. So Jamoka says, I've already done this. I set aside a good chunk of my morning to do reading, meditation, self-reflection, and end it with an AA meeting to start my day right. Jamoka, that sounds like a really powerful and supportive set of practices. And I don't know if this is like officially morning for you. I want to say you're in the Midwest, so I don't know if you're just still up or you're already starting your day. But I hope that this is this experience can kind of support some of the things that you're doing in terms of give you some reflection, tools for reflection. And also, I think one of the great things about being in a group that is supportive, like, AA, is there's something powerful in supporting others. As much as we are hesitant to seek help, we are all, we are all happy to give. There's a lot of giving and caring people, and those are the ones that are like least likely to seek assistance, but most likely to want to give it. We can bridge that disconnect, and we could be really powerful in the lives of other people and also receive so many wonderful things in exchange. So Noble says, even this group of oddball weirdos can be supportive. I'm not going to say all that, but yeah, I guess. I'm not going to call myself a oddball. Y'all are not weirdos. Y'all are all cool people. Bex says, put it on paper, then take the necessary action. Put it on paper. Put it on paper and then get ready for that next step. For sure. So, Noble Ancient, his intentional action is to set up a time to build or create what I am known for, or even research for things like Gamer Shop, or perhaps even discussion and games. So doing that preparation, getting yourself in the right mindset, the right heart set to do the thing that matters to most of you in your art, setting up a time. A lot of the stuff that I was reading yesterday on the train on the way down here was talking about systems and the importance of having a system or having an approach. And I think that, and being organized, like a lot of the things that creative types tend to struggle with is, having that structure in place because we feel like it's going to rob us of some of the spontaneity. And in so many cases, the opposite is true. The structure, it gives you the freedom to just be in the moment. And I think that finding that time and designating that time and putting it on the calendar and making it, in, non-negotiable, those non-negotiable things, that's what the intentional space is. It's non-negotiable. This is something I gotta do. Then a lot of great things can happen from that. So Mama Moody's gotta go. Thank you so much for being here, Mama Moody. It's always great to have you. And good luck at the interview today with you and your son. And we're excited to see all the great things, how he's going to thrive in this new supportive environment that he's going to for his education. So have a great day. So for Alexis, it says, in the chaos of my week, I have a schedule for streaming and only writing pen pals while Noble is at work. Plus, my feeding Harley at 3 a.m. is a ritual for me to spend time with her too. Yeah, having that fixed space and time, like Aunt Capone sees that 11:11 as a signal. It's just whatever cues we have to say, okay, it is time to do this thing. Whether it's a visual cue, whether it's a time on your clock, whatever you need to signal a shift in your focus, that's a beautiful thing. Bex says, I want a pen pal. Bex, didn't you have a pen? Weren't you involved in a correspondence, as they say, with a gentleman who was incarcerated? Wasn't that something that was in your experience? Yeah, I mean, he said that's done. Oh, he got out. He got out, and ain't no more letters back and forth. He out in the world, so he ain't trying to be no pen pal. It's time to. He don't want none of that. He wants something else. Miss me with them letters, yo. Come through. Go ahead on, pull up for me one time. The letters were nice, but I'm trying to holler, like, for real though. All right. So intentional ways that you can create space for what matters most to you. I think it's important too. That last part is very important because these aren't things that you are, it's important not to let the things that are imposed on you from the outside. Now, I mean, sometimes there are people who are in your life and there are situations where you have shared values, where what is valuable to you or important to you lines up um, with what is good. But it's very important to make sure that these intentions are your own, that you have a space that is for your good and not let it be approached upon by other people's agenda. So, all right. So, as we are, I'll give you more time. I'll leave this prompt up. If something else comes to you, please feel free to drop it in the box. But I want to take this second now, since we are past the top of the hour, before we get into the next prompt. I just want to take a second to shout out the folks who are in the room, the content creators, artists, streamers who are in the space right now, and let you know if you are new to this experience where you might be able to find some other cool content, some other cool people to hang out with. We have Mo here. Mo is the co-host of the Emmy and Mo show. I hope that went off well last night. I mean, in my travel yesterday, my schedule's a little bit off, so I wasn't able to tune in last night, but I know that there's a lot of new creative energy going on at the Emmy and Mo show. So make sure that you do, when you have a chance, check them out. You can also sometimes catch Mo going to work. I know the holidays are coming up soon, so I don't know how many go to work streams are going to happen before the winter break, but typically you can ride along with Mo going to work in the morning or check in the late afternoon, early evening to make friends. And that is Mo. So you look in the list there, you'll see a siren and a raccoon. Mo, raccoon, siren. That's the person to follow. So I appreciate you for being here, Mo, always. We also have Warrior. I hung out in Warrior stream and I don't know, I was blushing the whole time. Well, I wasn't blushing the whole time, but they were, Warrior, Noble, and Alexis were heaping adoration on the kid. In addition to having some really interesting conversations. I know Warrior had a rough shift at work, and it's like that sometimes, but I appreciate you. So my mom is, are you online too? So what would be online? You sitting right here. What would be online for? So Mama's here. She can't see the screen, but if y'all want to drop some green hearts in the chat, she just came in here to be nosy, I think, to see what it looked like. Rachel is here. Hey, Rachel, good to see you this morning. Yeah, where was I? I was talking about Warrior. Give Warrior a follow. It would be an honor if you go live more often and we can hear another little window into your life and your experience. We love that. Trish just came in. Hey, Trish, welcome in. Wild Limes is a new friend. I don't know if we met before, but I'm glad to have you. I appreciate your participation in our conversation today. I hope that you've enjoyed spending time with this group of weirdos, as Noble called us. I tend to disagree, but rock on. Thank you for being here. We also have, let me go back to the list. I just mentioned Rachel. Rachel was live yesterday. My connection was kind of spotty on the train, but I did see that Rachel was live with, probably having some of the cool conversations that that she has. I really appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate you for being part of the Purple Gang. Ghost Heart is here, probably going to let us know how beautiful we all are, because you are beautiful. I appreciate you for being here. Kaloli, I caught a little bit of a short jam with Kaloli early this morning while I was setting up. Kaloli turned the lights down low, and there was someone else on the stream, very talented singer, Trey, who was singing on Kaloli's stream as well. You can catch short jams with Kaloli where she'll hit you with the chorus, with the first verse and chorus, and bail on the song. But it'll be fun. Dot is here. I know Dot has had a little bit of a rough week for Dot, but the semester's ending, and we're all pulling for you to finish strong. And I know you're dealing with heartbreak, you're dealing with disappointment. We've been there, so we understand. Sometimes you just need to be. It's okay to be a little sad. Sometimes it's okay to be not at your very best, but if you still choose to show up and just kind of hang out and be with us, that's perfectly okay. We appreciate you for sure. You always bring so much positive energy when you show up. So it's only right that when you feel a little bit down, you can just exist in this space and maybe absorb some positivity from us. Jamoka is here. Thank you for being here, Jamoka. I think I met Jamoka maybe a month or so ago, a little more than a month ago, over on, maybe it was on Steady's Live. And Jamoka had kind of stepped back from Spoon. I know that you are alive from time to time. A very cool energy, very cool person. And I'm glad that you have, that this experience lines up with what you are doing right now. I'm excited to learn all the insights that you have from your journey that you can share with us here. And as far as a place to work on your sobriety and just kind of stay focused in that space, we keep it cool here, so hopefully this isn't a place that'll trip you up. It'll add to your experience. So I appreciate you. Alexis is here. Got 5 days left to get on this trip. Feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but still showing up for us here on Spoon. Mental health stream. I hope that went well last night. I would love to know more about how that went. But Alexis goes live 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Give them a follow and get more info on that schedule. Noble is the host of the Gamer Shop. You'll catch Noble usually live with Alexis. But Tuesday is the night for the Gamer Shop at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's 3 Pacific. So if you want to learn more about the value and the importance of play, specifically through tabletop games, make sure you check out Noble. Britt is here. I think Britt might be knocked out, but that's perfectly fine. Some people use this space to kind of zone out and go to sleep because it usually is pretty chill in here. But I appreciate Britt, aka Jehovah Thickness. You can catch Jehovah Thickness on Twitch at JThickness, and sometimes here on Spoon as well. So I appreciate you for being here. Also, DTW TV's own Berlin is in the building. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here and all your support and the humor that you bring to the conversation. I just saw a very exciting announcement over on YouTube. The Aunt Capone Show is coming back at the top of the year. Now, if you've been around and you know Aunt Capone, you know the Aunt Capone Show is such an incredibly entertaining slice of culture that is an experience worth having. I'm not sure what the schedule is like. I know back in the day, it was daily, and I'd be up there almost every day calling in, causing trouble. It was a whole lot of fun. So I'm excited to see what Ant has up his sleeve coming up for the new year. That's definitely something worth celebrating. Also, we have here, Bex is the pink princess of Spoon, holding down the manager's duties today. We're a little bit light on staff this Friday morning. I know it's the holidays. I know, people got stuff going on. I appreciate you holding down the managerial duties. I always appreciate you. All right. So if we are ready to go to the next prompt, just a quick reminder from someone anonymous. They're letting us know that nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. We're all going to die. So come watch TV. Let me say this. This is something that's unique about the experience of being here right now. Um, Bex is like, okay, but who's covering this song, G? I know, it's dope, right? This is Brass Tracks. I know, right? That was Brass Tracks covering My Boo. I didn't need to tell you what song it was. Who was up there doing that dance real quick? Berlin said it sounded like a long car accident. Uh, Naval Gallant, welcome in. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to get ready to go to the next prompt, folks. See what we can get into. Oh, okay. So we were just talking about. Our first prompt was, man, I'm so confused right now. Give me a second here. So our first prompt was kind of talking about what we were attracting into our life and how we feel about it. And then this one is talking about the intentional ways that we can create space for what matters most. So the Rock Boys are in the house tonight. Okay, all right. See, if you're on YouTube, you don't hear what I'm hearing, but let's see. My mom came in, she's sitting in the other room, said, good morning, everybody. Everybody have a good weekend. So let's share that. Okay. So let's go a little bit deeper into this conversation about intentional space and ask this question. This is one of our classic prompts, talking about what are some ways you cultivate and defend your happiness. So I think that, again, we have this cultural idea about pursuing happiness. And I think that might be not necessarily the most productive way to look at it. I think that happiness is something that ensues as a result of the conditions that you create in your life. So if you chase happiness, then you're just gonna, you're gonna be in love with the chase, but you're never going to experience the state. So rather than being a hunter who tries to chase and pursue happiness, think about being a gardener who creates the conditions where happiness can thrive. Allow happiness to ensue as a result of the conditions that you create in your life. And then when those conditions exist, what are some of the protective measures that we can take to defend it as if it were a garden? How are we going to keep those pests out? So let us know some of those ways. Welcome in, Derek. Thank you for joining us. Goose, welcome in. Thank you for being here this morning. We're talking about cultivating and defending happiness. How can you cultivate and defend your happiness? Jamoka says, self-respect and self-love. I'm going to cultivate and defend my happiness by showing myself love and respect. What are some of the ways that you do that, Jamoka? What are some of the practices What's up, Goose? How you doing this morning, Goose? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Goose got a whole real picture up right now. I think that as we understand in general the states that we would prefer, like, you know, the respect and the love. What are some of the what's in your toolkit? What is in your self-love toolkit? One of the most important ways to show love for yourself is through play, allowing yourself to play, giving yourself the space to explore without, uh, yeah, just for fun. A lot of times we don't even allow ourselves to have any fun for real. We get bogged down. I know that a few weeks ago, I'll say this, I'll share this. Uh, in a conversation with Mo, she was talking about playing pinball and recognizing that, hey, this is kind of fun. I like playing pinball. This makes me happy. So let me put this on the list, you know? Rachel says, I don't know how to answer this. My brain won't work. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to have an answer right now. Just kind of think about it. Jamoka says, not allowing others to walk all over me. Be easy on myself. I was just about to hit y'all with some Adele. I can't do the easy on me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. All right. Kalina is here. Hi, Kalina. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Cultivating and defending happiness. Someone anonymously shares that it used to be art, but now nothing feels great to me anymore. I just wonder why I'm still here. Everything hurts. I just can't fake it anymore. Yeah, nothing feels great anymore. I guess the only word I would challenge in this whole thing, and I definitely understand that, is maybe shooting for great is too big a bridge to try to cross. Just like slightly better. Not feeling great. Great might be impossible to imagine. And the pain may seem like it'll never go away. So aiming for like no pain and great can be a little bit overwhelming, and there's no words that you can use to yourself to convince yourself that that's possible. But hurting just a little bit less, feeling just a little bit better, that might be something. Like the babyest of steps. Happiness might seem to be an impossible dream. So we just go like just a little bit better. Better is possible. Even if it's just slightly better. A slightly better night's sleep. A little bit more water. A little bit more food. One more bite. And then, just do a little, exist. Do a little, exist. Sometimes that's the best that we can do, and that's enough. Sometimes we need to break things down minute to minute, hour to hour, one day at a time. Start small. Absolutely. the good news, Anonymous, is that you are here. And there's no need to fake it. You are here. I can tell you why you're here right now, in case you're wondering. You are here for us. You are here to remind us of what we've come through. Remind us that we have something to offer. There are ways that we can support each other. You're here for this. So, and I appreciate you. Berlin is sharing that I don't engage in any interaction with negative energy or negative people. You know, I don't know, Berlin. I need to. Sounds like Cap. All right, let me see. Let me read it again. I don't engage in any interaction with negative energy or negative people. You know, I use my happiness and my craft and thinking of ways to better myself. I love that. I love that. I mean, you know, sometimes you're the one that brings it. I appreciate that sentiment, though. I understand that a lot of times when you're on here, you're just messing around. It's never serious. People just take you the wrong way. But I definitely appreciate that. Berlin says, that's not negative. That's just fun. I'm just having fun out here. I can't help it if y'all take it wrong. I'm just trying to be funny. That's all. So Noble Ancient says, my answer is simple. I love that. He starts out with my answer is simple, and then he proceeds to fill the entire box. So let's see about this simple answer here. My main way to cultivate and defend my happiness is by being the very real me for once. I don't have to do anything more than be me in all my legendary self. There you go. That's very true, though. I'm just messing with you. It is pretty straightforward. Goose is digging this break beat. Yeah, it is pretty funky, ain't it? It's Call Your Mom. That's what it's called. Call Your Mom by the Delvin Lamar Organ Trio. You know, it's all good, G. While you're over there seeing, he's like, man. All right. Goose says, I cultivate happiness by remembering your dopeness, respect your gangster, brush off the haters, and keep moving. Yeah, you gotta keep moving. Yeah, pay them haters no mind. And put some fingernail polish on, I guess, according to Bex. All right. Alexa says, I will cultivate and defend my happiness by setting boundaries and not allowing others to take advantage of me anymore. I used to be a doormat, honestly, but I have evolved into a strong and assertive individual. I used to be a doormat. What was on your face? Welcome. If you were a doormat, what would be on you? Drop it in the chat, y'all. If you were a doormat, what would it say? Sigma says, I avoid MO people to avoid pathological negativity. Wait a minute. You avoiding MO people? I don't think MO people are pathologically negative, though. Alexa says, I will be whoever you need me to be to make you happy. Hmm. Emma says, oh, I mean, not wrong. I resemble that remark. And Capone has an interesting point of view. He says, you can't effectively defend your happiness without seeming selfish. I think you might come across as selfish to some people. Um, and even if you aren't big, even if it's not true, I think that some people might perceive it that way. You just have to be comfortable not caring what people think. You know what I mean? You have to be comfortable not caring what people think sometimes, because sometimes the most generous thing that you can do might appear selfish to other people. You have to, you have to think about how important it is that you are healthy, that so that you can contribute at the highest level possible for you. And sometimes you have to place that, as a priority over someone else's um, their immediate requirements for you. You're building capacity by cultivating your happiness, by cultivating your peace. You can't bring peace if you don't have it. You have to put your mask on first, right? But y'all both gonna be out there sucking. But it's hard to do. I think we are kind of conditioned to be martyrs, to kind of ignore our needs, and and then resent it afterwards. You're gonna either choose to take care of yourself, or you're gonna choose to resent the person who you feel like kept you from doing it. I don't think there's a middle ground there. So if you want bitterness and resentment, go ahead on and keep following them folks, and then blame them when you don't have what you want. I mean, that's the game we play, right? Bex says, I've mastered the art of ignoring people. Then I continue to do what I feel like. Yeah, you go ahead. I hear you talking. Yeah. So Mo is trying to get a definition of pathological negativity. I think that Sigma accidentally added an extra M in that because, So Rachel says that being myself fully, trusting myself, putting myself first, sharing love with the masses because love is the strongest force. So what do you need to do to show up as your best self? It is your and it says cap. So calling cap it on somebody. I don't know which thing he's calling cap on. But I think that if it is your intention, hi Benita Ray, thanks for joining us. If it is, at the end of the day, is your intention, if it is your intention to be your best and to give your best, then, there's some things that need to, there's some things that you got to take care of. Darling Abby is here. Benita is here waiting for somebody to tell them a story. Well, hang around. Kalina's like, Uncle G, hi Kalina. Thank you so much for being here. So we're talking about ways that we cultivate and defend our happiness. Oh, Aunt Capone. Oh, Aunt Capone is calling cap on Bex. Oh, shots fired. And Capone says, I don't think you can ignore people, Bex. So Abby's like, I haven't seen you in so long on here. It's like, Bex is like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Bex is going to reply. Bex might be over here on YouTube in a minute to get with you, Aunt Capone. So here we go. Kalina says that I do so. I cultivate my happiness by staying to myself nowadays. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get somewhere, sit down, and mind your own business. Not get entangled in other people's drama. But Rachel says that was the calmest instigation I ever seen. I'm smooth with it, right? I wasn't rah. They're gonna take the drama over to YouTube. Bex is like, I got YouTube too, baby. Yeah. And Capone says, I said that to see if she'd respond. Clearly, Bex understood the assignment. She said, that's too much work for me. I'm resting in my femininity at the moment. That was very well played. We were both testing you, and you passed the test. All right. All right. Vapester is here. Welcome in, Vapester. Thank you for joining us. I'm drinking this. If you see me on camera, I'm drinking a cartoonishly ridiculous glass of Kool-Aid. The ice is melted in it, so it's not too sweet. But we here, baby. Let me know if we are ready to go to the next prompt. Let's drop a heart in the chat if we're ready for what might be our last prompt. We got about 15 minutes left. It depends on how rowdy y'all are. And once again, I do appreciate everyone for being here, even if you are a ghost. Ghosts are welcome in this space. I appreciate you. All right. It's all a couple hearts. Let's go ahead and go. Let's get this last prompt in. Well, yeah, let's do this one. So we kind of talked about what we do to cultivate and defend our happiness, and we kind of talked about kind of general things. So let's try to see if we can make a commitment for today. Like, what can you do today? What can we do today? Today I will blank because I am worthy. What is one thing that you can do to kind of reaffirm your value as a person? Sometimes we don't necessarily feel great. We don't necessarily feel like we are someone worth caring for. Meanwhile, we out here caring for everyone else. So let us know. Today I will blank. Sometimes we don't see ourselves as worthy of love or anything like that, but that's just not true. And Capone says, today I will shine. Today I will shine. Jay is here. What's up, Jay? Thank you for joining us. Goose says red was the best. Well, Goose, they still make it. If it was, it is. You did, because that's what I got. I mean, just by coincidence. Y'all gonna get some? Y'all want some ice crunching ASMR? Cause I got a piece of ice. We got a new. Are we gonna go into a new lane now? Crunch ASMR. All right. Your boy might be back tonight about. I don't know. I know how I planned on stream again. I might come on about 2:00 in the morning, make some change out here. Get a little ASMR, maybe throw a little bit of do a little bit of ASMR. You did. Throw a little bit of, take the EQ off my joint. A little ASMR. Just a little bit of ice. I'm doing too much. Oh my goodness, I'm doing too much. Let me stop. Okay. Yellow snow. Let's see, what are we gonna do today? And Capone is gonna shine. Someone anonymously says, today I will try. Oh man, that's the best answer ever right there. Today I will try because I am worth it. Yeah, I love that, Anonymous. Thank you so much for sharing that. Berlin says, today I will today because today is worthy of today. Yellow Snow's like, how it'd be great. It'd be great. Yellow Snow, thank you so much for being here. Even though your name's a little bit disturbing, I mean, we get what you're saying, but, being a little provocative. Okay, Rachel says, today I will give the love. Huh? Wait a minute, Rachel. What are we saying here? Hold on. Okay. Missing a word. Okay. Today I will give myself the love that I give out to others. So, yeah, Rachel, I hear you, but anytime somebody's got time to put sparkles around it, it seems like they should also have time to proofread it. You had time to throw them little sparkles on there, but you couldn't put all the words in it. Don't worry, we got 10 minutes, baby. No need to rush. Take your time. Today I will give myself the love that I give out to others. Noble Ancient says, I will continue being creative because I am worthy. Continue to create. So someone anonymously says, today I will clean my room because sadly it's been a mess this past few months and I need a fresh start over break. Yeah, nothing like coming into a clean, fresh space. I gotta me doing my crunching shenanigans. I got splash Kool-Aid on my glasses, so we're gonna be in a weird space these last few minutes. Now it's all smeared. It's F in the chat. All right. Yeah, go ahead on and clean up your room and it'll feel great afterwards. It'll be worthwhile. Jamoka says, today I will be productive and later take a long hot shower for self-care. Yeah, wash your body. I mean, washing your body might not be a bad idea. Luxuriate under some hot water. I will dance the way I want, says Kalina, because I'm worthy to dance. Go ahead on and dance then. So, Emo says, today I will give myself some grace. Times are hard and I have to be patient with myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give yourself some grace. You're strong and it's going to be all right. Just give yourself the space and the grace and be patient. Someone anonymously says, I will earn my worth so I don't feel unworthy. I will earn my worth so I don't feel unworthy. So, yeah, I think that sometimes it's great to do something productive, but if you feel unworthy, sometimes you need to notice your worth. And that noticing of your worth will give you the energy and motivation to do something. The cycle can work on either end. So however you need to spark that action and move in that direction, I celebrate that with you. So Alexis says that today I will be productive and be myself ultimately and to the fullest because I am worth being me. Plus, I got to get it done. 5 days, baby. The countdown continues. The countdown continues. All right, someone anonymously shares, today I will die if someone kills me. Well, I mean, I guess that's a tautology. That's sort of technically true. You know, I guess that's factual. I don't know if that's necessarily the reality and the space we want to claim for ourselves. I do want y'all to know one thing that's missing from my setup here is my outro music. We don't have our outro song. So I know that that's a cue for some of you. So don't hold your breath for it. It's not going to come today. The outro song is not available. I'll have it downloaded and available to play on Monday. But just a heads up. um, just a heads up. We will have it back. I know that a lot of people who are just kind of listening AFK, they use it as okay, we get ready to go. But we're down to the last few minutes of the stream. Bex says, today I will wine and dine myself. I'm thinking sushi. Rachel says, purple rain. Jess, thank you so much for being here. Actually, Rachel, it's not a Purple Friday. So I'm talking about my normal everyday outro. I could do Purple Rain. All right. So sushi for Bex. What do y'all think? Y'all think Bex should have some sushi this weekend? Night is here. Midnight is here. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. I really appreciate you. Shez, thank you so much for dropping that like. It's been a beautiful session, a little rocky in the beginning as I've tried to figure out and get myself situated in the space, but I think we got it. I think we're going to be okay. What do y'all have planned for the weekend? What are you excited about for the weekend coming ahead, coming up? So one of the things that's unique about my experience while I'm here is I'm not really much of a TV person. Like I don't like have cable and like have all the channels. We got all the channels down here, like all the sports channels. Like, so I'm going to be watching some games today. You know, I'm going to be watching some games. So, yeah. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me everywhere where you are. I thank you for being here. And we'll be back Monday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time for session number what is this? 166 will be Monday. Hopefully I'll be all locked in and ready to go. But thanks for spending some time with me today.